Welcome Aquarius to your 2021 annual reading and forecast. I'm going to take 4 cards, one for each quarter of the year, beginning in January. Of course, I do very in-depth monthly readings, which your subscribers know, and you can access those monthly readings by having a look at the playlist on my channel, or of course you could subscribe and they get delivered straight to you. But let's see what there is. Incidentally, if you want to find out more about what I do, just look at the description box below. Now, let's see what's in store for the first 3 months, shall we? The Prince of Wands. How excellent, most excellent for Aquarius. Prince of Wands, gee, there's some great imagery in there. I want to get stuck into that in just a second. And there's the Queen of Wands. So the Son and the Mother, you are going to be making a very powerful impression on people, and it looks like you're going to become extremely attractive. Mind you, you're already attractive. The Aquarius woman is just beautiful. I am powerless when it comes to the Aquarius woman, I have to say. There's the Knight of Wands, so the Prince, the Queen, the Knight of Wands. What a fantastic, energetic year this looks like it's going to be for you. And here is then, finishing it off, the Sun, Aquarius. Let's have a look at the imagery, which I'll point out with this pen. We'll have a good close look at it. It will determine what the meanings of the cards are, and I'll let you know what's in store for 2021. Okay, now just to recount, these are the 4 quarters, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, January to March, April to June, July to September, October through to December. I'm not going to use these playing cards, incidentally. I just have them here because I just like the energy that they give up. I think they give me a good vibe. And so we're going to have a look at this first card for you, which is this card. Look at all the fire you have, incidentally, in here. You've got fire, the sun, and more fire. Fantastic. It's going to be a very energetic year for you. Let's have a look first here at the Prince of Wands, the Prince of the Chariot of Fire. Now, I have a lot of Leo around here and a lot of Cancer, very strong Leo influence, so I think that's going to be important to you during that time, a Leo person or a Cancer person. Now this represents a time where you will be taking swift and strong action in relation to things. Now you could be quite impulsive, sometimes maybe take violent action or violent thought towards things, but you'll be just, noble, and generous with a sense of humor. He is the airy aspect of fire and speaks to me of intensity. I see blossoming love, intuitive creativity coming out of the darkness and into light. Looking at some of the imagery that's on this card here, the Prince of Wands is a dynamic energy. And there's a strong Leo influence here, and that's not surprising given that lion that's down there, I suppose. Now, he sits in a chariot pulled by that lion. Now, what's interesting about this card is that there's only 2 cards in this pack which have pupils in their eyes. This is one of them. The other one is the Queen of Swords. So you'll be very clear-sighted in this period. You'll be able to see things for what they are. Now, his crown has a lion's head, which is here. The lion's head has wings on it, and there are 11 rays coming from around the crown here. 11, of course, is the magic number. It is the master number. In numerology, it is not broken down, and it speaks of willpower, individuality, doing things your own way and being quite innovative, sometimes quite controversial. His armor, well, let's have a look at his armor here. His arms are free of armor, and I think that this is to allow for your active and creative nature during this time. Being overly insular is not in his character, and it won't be in yours. He has a breastplate here with the 7-pointed star of Babylon on it. Here is the wand that he's holding, the royal wand, a phoenix wand in his right hand. And this represents his power and creativity. Now the reins are draped over his left hand. He doesn't have hold of them, does he? And I think that this means it allows for free reign of your creativity. Now the lion pulling the chariot, well, that's obviously symbolic of the Leo influence that I see in this card. The qualities of Leo will be a strong driving force in your life, and the qualities associated with Leo are being at the heart of things, confident and outgoing, being the center of attention. Leo also rules the heart, incidentally. And Leo people can revel in drama and can create a drama when life becomes too dull. Now this interesting little thing here is a splash of green underneath the chariot. Now I'll tell you what I think that is. Green esoterically is associated with the planet of Venus. It certainly speaks to creativity, but it also speaks to love and relationship. So I think love and relationships are going to be important for you during the period. So with the heart of a lion, you will stand for honesty and integrity and what you believe to be for the common good. There is a great sense of morality, I think, to your character during this time. Now, this energy can represent a turning point in your life when things have been going badly. You have to use his energy and enthusiasm to move forward and on to new and better things, and now is the right time to do it. At the same time, you must wear the same confidence that he does to move forward in life and re-establish your true integrity. He really reminds you to re-engage in life and to be ready to tackle any challenges that come your way, as you will eventually overcome whatever could be holding you back from achieving your goals. Yeah, really, I'm pleased to say, really someone generous and loyal and maintaining their sense of humor. I think what he is also saying to you is that it is important for you during this time that you have a lust for life. Live every day as if it is your last. Okay, let's have a look to see. What does his mother have to say for us? Let's have a look here. The Queen of Wands. Now, just immediately, I see a lot of Pisces and Aries energy associated with this card. Aries, not surprisingly, I suppose, given the fire. But Pisces, somehow or other, is going to be important to you. But anyway, let's look at the symbology, because the symbology of these cards is really going to tell you what is happening for you. So let's have a look, see what there is a little bit here. Now, here we see the Queen of Wands seated upon a throne with a leopard sitting at her right side. She has her hand on the leopard's head, and in her left hand she holds a rod with a pine cone at the tip of it. Now, esoterically, as a queen, she is water, and in the suit of wands is fire, so she is the fiery aspect of water. Now, fire and water are enemies. In elemental dignity rules of tarot, they weaken each other, and therefore she will have some contradictions in her nature. This is despite the fact that she is a very strong person. But this imbalance, this inherent, underneath, lurking imbalance in her makeup means that she can be apt to cross between her light and dark side from time to time, so just be aware of that. Yes, Pisces is what I'm getting around here. Well, I think it's because Pisces is giving her and will be giving you sensitivity and inspiration. And Aries is going to be giving you leadership and self-confidence. What does the picture tell us? The crown. Well, let's have a look at the crown. There's 12 rays of light emanating on it, representing the 12 signs of the zodiac. It is also open and expressive and is connected to spirit. Now, I think that this implies integration of her personality and connection with her different traits. I think it also suggests that she has worked through issues to be able to have a clear vision. The zodiac is her crown, so a crown of knowledge of what the different signs bring to the world. Therefore, I think you will be able to relate very well to each other, and this is going to tie in well to your compassionate side. Now, her throne is one of fire. This is talking to me, I think, that you will have passion, ambition, and energy to get things done and to assert yourself. And I think that sometimes this might translate to imposing your will on other people. The flames, however, if we look at them down here, they're very steady. And I think that this is suggesting that you will have gained an element of self-mastery and control of yourself. I'm just looking at this thing up here, and this is like a fish clasp, bringing her cloak together, and that speaks to me of compassion, spirituality, and sensitivity. And I suppose that also is associated with this Pisces energy that I'm getting around here. I think that this wand, it's a thrisis wand, they call it. Well, historically, those things have several associations. The thrisis traditionally has been associated with Dionysus or Bacchus, and it is a symbol of prosperity, of fertility, and, you'll be pleased to hear, of hedonism and pleasure and enjoyment. Now, the Queen's eyes, if you can see them there, don't know if you can, are we in far enough? The Queen's eyes are closed, and this is reminding you of the intoxication and absorption she has with her life as she is fully committed to accomplishing her goals. And that's what you will be too, I have to say. Really, really good time for you this period. I think that, in summary, in relation to this quarter, we can say that you'll be someone who's going through the process of self-discovery and remembering how powerful you are, reclaiming your life. You've got to this point by resolving difficult issues in the past, and you are now a very strong character. It is a time to express your natural power and beauty and move on from the past. You will be, and will be seen by others as, an independent leader, focused on your goals, and as someone who knows what you want. And I think you'll be leading a very active life. She has a lot of creative energy, and you will be creating a powerful first impression. And I have to say, just like this Queen of Wands here, you are going to be very physically attractive to other people during this period, which is something you either may or may not wish to capitalize upon. And we have this card here. Now, in the third quarter here, we have the Knight of Wands, the husband, if you like, of the Queen. The Knight of Wands rides in full armor on a black horse, and he is holding in his left hand here what is actually the Ace of Wands in his left hand. Now, there is a black crest on his helmet. There is another crest insignia on his armor, and also one on the saddle. Do you know, knights represent the great seat of strength of the power of the suit. They are the most sublime, original, active part of the energy of the element. And for this reason, they are represented on horseback and clad completely in armor. Their action is swift and violent, but it can sometimes just be short-lived. So I think that this is someone who might have a great degree of energy going in one direction, but the point is to make sure that you are able to adapt to situations as they go through. This knight corresponds to the lightning flash. Now let's just have a closer look at the imagery here, because the imagery in these cards is just so useful for telling you what's going to happen. Let's have a look at this crest first, shall we? Well, the crest, along with this black horse, well, black is a color, I think, attributed to Mars, which is in classical astrology the ruler of Scorpio. So I see a lot of Scorpio around this card, and a Scorpio is going to be important to you. So also is a Sagittarius, I think. Now the flames from his torch and cloak, see, there's the flames coming from his cloak, and here are the flames coming from his torch, and he's riding flames, and all of these represent his fiery energy. So you will have a lot of fiery energy during this time. Now I notice, and you'll bear with me, that this Ace of Wands is projecting from his groin, and well, in that context the imagery is sort of inevitable, don't you think? And I think that that's talking about creativity and the birth of new ideas. Now, what I like about this card in particular is that you're going to be moving forward. And the reason why I say that is, if you look at the direction that these flames are blowing, the wind is coming from this direction, from behind. So he's being carried forward. The wind isn't going from him, going against him. And the horse, well, you only have to look at it. It has a lot of energy, but the knight is obviously not in full control as he goes towards his goal. So I think that you're going to have a lot of things on. I think you're going to have a lot of ideas. I think you're going to have a lot of projects. And the question, I think, is going to be how can you be discriminating again between the type of activities that you pursue? So in summary, I suppose what we can say about him is that for this time, and I think among these plethora of activities that you have, you will see the need to take swift, strong and sudden action with respect to one or more of them. And you will need to be focused on the goal and make sure that it's a virtuous goal. Now here we have the Sun, major arcana to finish the year. I've got to say that really this card here is really a metaphor. It's a picture of freedom, success and creative growth. Having a look at some of the imagery on it, because it's been so profitable for us so far. Now, okay, there's an astrological association here with the sun in this glyph here, obviously, and also with the ancient Egyptian sun gods of Ra. You know, religions have all had different approaches to the question of divinity over time. People have all had a go at it, and they've sought to make sense of the unknowable by putting it in terms that they can understand. And so when we speak of the Egyptian sun god Ra, we shouldn't dismiss it. This is an ancient biblical Hebrew here, letter. That's Reish. Now Reish means head, and that refers to, I think, the head chakra, which is where one ultimately gets enlightenment, and from which is produced, metaphorically, the 1,000-petaled lotus of initiation. Now, in addition to the sun itself, the first thing that I'll say here is that the solar disk here has a flower in it. That's really a rose cross, not unlike the cross that is contained in the symbology on the back of this card here. One is drawn to the children. They may well be twins here. I'll just refer to them as a child. Now, on the left here, we have a male child with red wings, and that is symbolic of fire. And the female child here has yellow wings, which is symbolic of air. Now, the butterfly wings themselves are concerning the freedom of your soul. There is a red and yellow wall around this mount, this green mount here, and that talks about the integration of qualities of the twins in harmony. Now the 12 rays which are coming from the solar disk, you can see them here, these 12 rays, they refer to the zodiac signs, and in fact around the edge of the card you can probably make out the zodiac signs themselves. And these little sections in between, let's have a look at this one here, 1, 2, 3, yeah, they all have 3 sections in between these 12 rays. Well, they actually relate to the decans of each of the sign. So the first decan, 0 to 10, and then 10 to 20 and 20 to 30 respectively. So that's a lot of astrology around that. Now if we look at the colors around this disc here, there's sort of like a rainbow color going all through there. See how those colors mold together? They're around the zodiac signs, and they indicate, I think, the presence of water. Now water in Greek mythology is connected to raising of consciousness, and you'll be familiar with the Christian tradition of John the Baptist, who baptized in water. Now this green mountain that I referred to, now these 2 discs down there are so esoteric it's not worth going into it now. But this green mount that's there, that's talking about fertility in your life. It's also saying that this is going to be a time of growth and abundance. And biblically, these symbols together refer to heightened spiritual states, and that's what's implied here. But the divinatory meaning of it is that there will be great growth and abundance for you by the end of the year. Now, putting that together for you, what it suggests, I think, is this, that the sun is the source of life and represents success and abundance, and this is going to follow you in your life during this time. This energy is also what will get you through any tough periods that might pop up here and there. They always do for all of us. And the energy will help you succeed. You are in a position where you can share your highest qualities with others. Be confident in who you are and what you stand for, because the sun is illuminating your path ahead and will give you the energy to move forward after what has perhaps from time to time been trying times. This is saying, embrace your goals and give it everything you have got. If you have been having a difficult time, the sun is going to bring you the message that things are going to get better and you will find the strength and positivity to get through any dark patches. You know that the rain clouds will soon give way to the rays of the sun, and you will feel warmed to the soul once again. This card, and I'm looking at these children down here, it also implies simplicity with these children. This means that looking for the simple things in life can bring you immense happiness just by following your own inner child and not allowing any layers of negativity that you have built up over time to dominate you. When this sun shines, you'll find new ways of resolving problems, new perspectives, and fresh viewpoints. You will see things more clearly, and you'll be able to objectively consider obstacles and difficulties, perceived difficulties that may arrive. And you'll have the energy that you need to throw yourself into life and to dynamically deal with life's situations. What a fantastic job. Well done, Aquarius. That's it for you for this year. Well, there you go, 2021 in a snapshot. It's been great fun doing that reading for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did providing it to you. Now, I look forward to seeing you in the monthly readings, okay? But until then, just remember one thing always, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, it's bye for now.